How's it going, everyone? What you'll see today, continuing the review of the snipers in Battlefield 4, is the JNG-90, which to no one's surprise is back from Battlefield 3. This gun here in Battlefield 3 was preferred by a lot of people over the M98B, despite the fact that the M98B in Battlefield 3 statistically was superior. But that being said, this gun, obviously, like I've said earlier, is back for Battlefield 4, and there's a pretty decent amount of good things going for it, which I'll get into when I break down the stats shortly. The feel of this gun is pretty decent. The biggest drawback with it is the fact that it takes quite a decent amount of time to reload, and it takes quite a bit of time to actually cycle the bolt between shots. So this is not a gun you definitely want to choose with regard to close quarters aggressive recon style. You want to take your time, you want to pick your moments, but when you do, this gun is an absolute monster. Getting into the stats, when you actually look at the JNG-90, it has a max damage of 100, minimum damage of 59. The damage drop-off starts at 12.5 meters and it ends at 100 meters. Its fire rate's only 41 rounds per minute, which is definitely not a very good stat like I alluded to earlier. You do not want to get in close quarters encounters with this gun, and you absolutely don't want to try and go for quick follow-up shots on moving targets if possible. You want to get that one-hit kill. The muzzle velocity is good though, it's 560 meters per second, and the bullet drop is the gravitational constant of the Earth, which is 9.81 meters per second squared. Magazine size is great with 11 rounds, and it fires a 7.62 times 51 millimeter NATO bolt action round, or bolt round. The actual reload time is 4.2 seconds when empty, and it's 2.7 seconds when there's a round left in the chamber, which puts it again middle of the pack. Not great, but not bad either. Middle of the pack. Again, this gun here is not a ton different from what it was in Battlefield 3. If you were familiar with it and you used it quite often and preferred it over the M98B, then not a lot will change, because the actual feel of the gun and the amount of time it takes to cycle the bolt and the amount of rounds left in the magazine are pretty much identical to Battlefield 3. So if you enjoyed the feel of it in Battlefield 3, then, well, pick up this gun and it'll feel like nothing's ever changed between the games. You'll still find great enjoyment and great success using it this way. To me, personally, as much as you'll see in the highlight clips in the background where I can hold my own with it, it would absolutely not be my preferred gun of choice. Because the problem with it, just like I said a couple of times now, it's just too slow of a rate of fire in terms of close quarters action. And at the same time, there's other guns that outclass it in pretty much almost any way you can imagine. That being said, like pretty much every other bolt action gun in this game, because they're not all that different, in the right hands with the right feel, and especially if you're used to it from Battlefield 3, this gun will not hold you back, and you can have great success with it. That's my views on it, and well, I'll see you later.